Hey friends, your friendly neighborhood That TS Hawkeye guy here. Let's take a look at Wizard number 72 from August 1997. This has a nice Spider-Man Venom cover by Mike Wieringo. I don't know if I'm sure I pronounced that incorrectly, but I think he was drawing Spider-Man at the time. So we'll take a quick look. Liquid Television. Oof. Spicy City. I don't remember that. Wetworks. Well, it's just curious to see if any of these comics are still going. I know Spawn is. Look at that mullet. Transmetropolitan. Never read that. I heard it was good. We have Letters. Hear the Roar, a new television series on Fox. Never saw that. We just have more Letters. I collected it in like 3 different stages, mainly Wizard. Excuse me. X-Force, I remember when that happened. I had that issue. I collected it, excuse me, back in like the number 20s into the 30s, I think, into the 70s, and I have some issues from the 2000s. Like this is from late 90s. It's the earlier issues. I always liked looking at the letter art. The earlier issues were really serious. They kind of got a little bit more humorous, I guess. Man, that guy can't draw. You know, Gen 13. Battle rages for Star Wars license. We got Wolverine there. Teen teams meet in Gen 13 Generation X crossover. X-Files Season 1 finally debuts. Obviously comic. Vampirella. Toddler's Kiss to McFarlane Productions. Fuck, I hate Kiss. Y2 relaunches Youngblood. We're not going to stop on every single page, but, you know, just kind of give you the idea of the time frame. Company updates. Let's look DC and Marvel, because I think we all know those. Marvel Comics. Apocalypse guest stars in July's Incredible Hulk. Classic Spidey villain Dr. Octopus returns in Amazing Spider-Man 426. More Mutants, the ongoing Maverick, and the first issue of Gambit miniseries ships in July. All right, so that's a long time ago. I never bought the Maverick series. I had the Gambit one. All right, DC, just the characters. Marvel Overpower. Bad is good. The latest trend is for villains to become good guys, but is it a good thing? So we have Catwoman, Magneto, Venom, Sabretooth, Deadpool. Yes, Deadpool was a bad guy at one time. Azrael. Casting call for what movie? Terry Moore, Strangers in Paradise. Never mind. I read a couple issues and it wasn't really good. Not for me, I guess, you know. Michael Golden. I loved his art. Golden's X-Men. The Dark Knight Returns, now on the Kids WB. The animated Batman is back with a gritty new look despite bubbly sidekicks. There's just some animation designs. Delivery Room, how concepts for a comic book series get hatched. So we're going to flip through that. Army of Darkness, you know, grimmer characters in the X-Men. Article about the X-Men. You know, that was the team that did Captain America. Mark Waid and Ron Garney. I liked Ron Garney quite a bit. His art. You know, I can't, like, just looking at how many articles, not articles, but this is drawing hints. How many advertisements are in this? Dark Child and a half. I wonder how many people know who Dark Child is under the age of 30. So this is like merchandise, video games that were out. Spawn, the movie figures. Hulk outcasts, Hulk transformations. Look at that Star Wars figure. I had that in package for a long time, and I just said, I don't want it anymore. Then we have the action figure price guide. This led into a Toy Fair magazine, kind of their companion, their sister magazine. I have a couple of those. We'll look at those when we get to it. Different, just different toys, superpowers. All right, Spawn contest, homemade heroes. I always love to look at the custom figures. A couple of guys that I used to talk to online. There was a site called Toy Soup, where the TS comes from. They had gotten figures in there. I sent a bunch and never got them, but that's because I wasn't that good. So, Ghost Rider, Confusion rides the book to death. Just, picks. All right. More trailers, artists. Number one artist at that point was Joe Moderia. Jim Lee was drawing Fantastic Four. Garth Ennis, Mark Waid, Peter David, who I think passed away. I really liked his stories. He did a lot of Star Trek novels too. Just covers, price guide. I'm flipping through quite a bit here. You get a little blurb on stuff. Garfield Series 2 Chromium trading cards. I bet you could still get those for price. Shows and conventions. Preview next month. Crossword. Now comic book quiz. Now let's see. When the powerful Proctor and the Gatherers revealed themselves to be alternate reality versions of Avengers, which mighty assembler was Proctor's other dimensional doppelganger? I know the answer to that. This is kind of still fun, right? Crossword. Let's see. Let's look at one of the hints. Flash Foe, Abracadabra, I think. Diamond Lil. Deadman was originally, not sure. Lame Batman action figure. Iron Man's dead pal. Matter Eating Lad has powerful ones. I'd say teeth. Wow, I don't know a whole lot of these. So then just the top heroes and villains: Wolverine, Spider-Man, Spawn, Batman, Witchblade, The Darkness. This is around the time Deadpool started getting really popular. Preacher, Fairchild, and Savage Dragon. Savage Dragon is amazing. And there we go. So that's August 1997, issue 72 of Wizard the Comic magazine. We'll look at them as they come. All right. Have a great day. We'll talk again soon.